About you, but through Christ I can do all. Stand up tall with my left foot, post up on the wall. Easy if we fall in the streets, life can get hard. Streets used to be a lot different from what man recall. Me a aim for my post like a soccer ball. Feel run the road that don't need a map at all. Babylon them want to hold me with a strap at all. But man a liar, me no Cancer nor Capricorn.
Don't they want to see me fall? I'm gonna be okay. Though my back's against the wall, I'm gonna be okay. They fighting me now. I'm gonna be okay. Jehovah eyes are watching me now. I'm gonna be okay.
Welcome to Hope in the Six. I'm your host, Eddy Martinez. And today we have a good episode. Our episode today will be called Help Me, Toronto. This episode is dealing with the voices of the youth. You know, there's so many things going on today in today's society that they feel. They're being racially profiled, marginalized. So many things like housing issues. So help me, Toronto. The show is Hope in the Six, but we're talking about help. It's a cry from the youth. And particularly today, I'm going to pay my tributes to one of our youth that we lost around the same time last year. Her name is Tiana Keller. We lost her to sex trafficking, violence. So, you know, they were sex trafficking this young lady, but they murdered her. And up to this day, her murder has not been solved. You know, we've been grieving. There's been a fight, you know, to bring justice for her. There have been so many obstacles in our way. We connected with an organization that deals with women, in particular, that are being sex trafficked. And they wanted to help us protest, you know, but we had some obstacles, so we couldn't do the protests in respects to the, you know, family wishes and stuff like that. But we still want to bring justice. And I have a video. I want to pay tribute to Tiana Keller, a.k.a. Monroe. We love you. We miss you. So check out this video. Hope in the Six.
Tiana Keller, we miss you, man. And on the behalf of the whole program, yeah. I'm so glad that I met ya. Even though at times I gave you lectures, you understood it was coming from a good place. Now these memories can't be erased. A young girl who knew the Lord I admire. You name your kids Jeremiah, Josiah. A prophet and a king, love is all I bring. I love to hear you sing and to do your thing. And yo, she had bars after bars. Out of this world, gone to Mars. Always seemed to be surrounded by trouble. I wrote the song to let you know how much we love you. You against the world, it was so true. No doubt you had a little Pac in you, but I still enjoyed to be in your presence. Baby girl, you were truly a blessing. And she was a baller like B-ball. Little Miss Thing playing like 6 feet tall. We even took her out to church. I was amazed to see God at work. But them boys, man, they done you dirty. On their souls, I said, Lord have mercy. The Lord says, vengeance is his. But until then, I'll be crying out justice. Say a prayer for you. After all you've been through, I hope the Lord is right there waiting for you. Seem like yesterday, now you're gone away. I hope the Lord is right there waiting for you. I hope everything is good now. You finally out the hood now. Although you left your kids behind, they with your mama, so they'll be fine. And I'll be here just praying for your family. And on the behalf of humanity, it's like everyone lost their sanity. We all out here chasing the vanity. This one for you, I'm shining light on the sex trade. Pimping our women, some mothers of our children. I'm riding with the po-po on this one. 911, they out here scouting, come and get them. Man, I pray that y'all don't be fathers. Have a daughter, better watch out for karma. Karma, 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 go ain't really come. You a disgrace to human race, man, you really dumb. And hell don't have no fury. When you meet your maker, it ain't scary. And all the older girls you get the blame to. We blame Cause you out here doing the same thing the men do. Forgetting that you used to be victims. Chasing girls, trying to trick them. Even though you're not religious, you better pray to God, ask for forgiveness. Our world is so cold, may you rest your soul from the cruel streets. Sister, sleep in peace. Say a prayer for you after all you've been through. I hope the Lord is right there waiting for you. Seem like yesterday, now you're gone away. I hope the Lord is right there waiting for you. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Yeah, that video I made, you know, after hearing the loss, you know, of this young lady, Tiana Keller, rest in peace. My condolences to the families, all the friends, everybody who know this young lady, know how good of a person she was. You know, she was just faced with a lot of barriers that she was not able to overcome. You know, being a street-involved youth, there's so many things. There's so many stigmas. There's so many, you know, being raised on the street, drugs, so many issues that it kind of is hard to overcome. You know, we were there in her corner. We were there, you know, but unfortunately, she was murdered, and I pray that we could get justice for Tiana Keller. Rest in peace. Today is the cries of the youth. Help me, Toronto. So we're going to be playing a lot of video testimonials from these youth because I need you to hear their voice. I want today's episode to touch the heart of society on a whole. I want people to see that youth are struggling, and it's not for no reason. There's so many determining factors, but they're crying for help, and are we there to help? The show is Hope in the Sick, so normally I bring guests on to talk about what they're doing. But right now, I just want to focus on these youth and their cries and their testimony. So I'm going to go into another video. I want you to check it out.
I just want to stop doing the old stuff that I used to do. I mean, I want to do the fun stuff, but not too much fun stuff. So the whole program is going to help me have a foundation, an actual foundation, stabilize me and, you know, make sure I'm doing the right things. I got 18-month probation. You know, I've been in the South for 9 months in total. Not straight though, because I keep getting bail from my mommy because she loves me and I want to do better for her. But I mostly want to do it for me because I can't help others and show them that I'm doing well without helping myself and loving myself. So when I learn how to love myself, I'm pretty sure I'll be the best possible person I can be. Everybody can say they love themselves, but really, they gotta show it by continuing to love themselves every day. I have mental illness, so that's really hard to do. I have bipolar. My temptations before was I was suicidal. Now I wanna live. I have no temptations. That's the honest truth. I do what I wanna do, but I also do what I need to do. There's a difference between wanting to do bad things and wanting to do good things. I want to do good things and I need to do the right things. Alright? I don't want to do the bad things. I don't want to be running on the block pretending I'm some kind of gangster or whatever these kids call it. I rap, sing, I dance, I play basketball mediocrely. They say I got it with a little bit intentions. Understand these words that I mention. People want to talk about the things if they don't pay attention to the words that they say. They say I got it, I got for the pay. They want to go put me in up and delay. I just want to learn from Evergreen. The whole program got me to say lots of things that I didn't know. Understand I'm tired of chasing. because I'm tired and I gotta do things to grow. If I mess up, I'm really, really tired, bro.
Shout out to my young friend Kevin. He said his testimonial and just explaining, his perspective, what he needs done, and what he's trying to do for his life. A lot of youth are trying to help themselves, or some of them don't know what to do, what steps to take. We do have a program. I have a program that I run called Hope, helping offenders on probation excel. I deal with youth that are on probation or parole from the ages 16 to 29. That particular age, because is from 16 to 18 to 24, and then there's a spike where crime start to increase in that age group, and then it decreases after that. After 24, it goes a little down, but 25, 26 to 29, we work with them also just to make sure that they're on the right path. But from 16 to 24, particularly that age is where people now, young people, find an interest in exploring their identity, who they are, hanging out with people, and find a path. And most likely, if they're not guided properly, they find themselves committing a lot of crime. So we target that age, but we love everybody, and we're inclusive to external organization that could help with older folks that are dealing with, the criminal aspect. But Hope is out there. This young man talked about his participation in Hope. He was open about himself, what he's going through. He expressed that he have mental health issues. It's not a secret. Anybody who knows him see the struggling, But we're working with him, But it's very hard. We need now, like a level of understanding, to deal with people like this, because now in the justice system you have mental health diversion, and if that means if you commit a lot of crime, you will go to mental health court, and mental health court at the current moment, they will deal with the client, but they deal with them on a level of leniency, but they will put them right back out to society, and we need help. We need organization that can maintain these people, because sometimes they're not fit for society, and sometimes their mental state is not appropriate for being on the street. That means if a person see them on the street, they might attack them or think that they're being threatened. So it's just a struggle that we face, But I want to talk about it. I will show more video testimonials. Hope in the 6. We got to go to a break. We'll be back. Hope in the 6.
At Benjamin Law, we understand the real cost of personal injuries. As the victim of an accident, you may be the one who's physically hurt, but your main concern is that your family are the ones who will pay the price. Benjamin Law will be there for you, helping, supporting, and working tirelessly to resolve your personal injury case. Call 1-855-899-4878 or visit benjaminlaw.ca and let our family of lawyers help your family.
Hello, my name is Anisha, and I'm the production manager of TCN Network. Have you ever wanted to host your own show? Do you have a message to share? Well, you're in luck. We are looking for dynamic and unique individuals to host their own shows. We are seeking people who are committed, motivated, and energetic. Do you want to be the next Jimmy Fallon, Ellen DeGeneres, or Shane and Ryan from BuzzFeed Unsolved? Start here. Fill out the Propose a Show form on mytcntv.com. We're here to educate, support, and build the community. Can you lead by example? Go the extra mile and seek knowledge? Are you humble, disciplined, responsible, selfless, and enthusiastic? Those are our core values. And if you identify with them, you could be part of a growing network that focuses on positivity and uplifting our community. We can't wait for you to join us on TCN Network and hope to hear from you soon.
we interrupt your our normal broadcast thing and our scheduled portion of this show just to get into a point of news. I call it word on social media. You know, there's this phrase called word on the block or word on the street. And the reason I call it word on social media because it had not been broadcast on news as properly. No proper news coverage has been broadcast for this story I'm about to get into. So at the time, I want the picture of this individual up. His name is Sean Spalding, and recently we found out that he mysteriously died in Maplehurst Correctional Center in Milton. His friends and his family have a lot of unanswered questions. You know, we allegedly, for now, we heard that he had a painful death, and it was due to being denied medical care. So can we get a picture up of him? Sean Spalding, I want everybody to see this. I want to cover it as much as possible because like I said, news media has not been covering it like it's supposed to. I don't know if there's a cover up or anything like that, but we do want to bring attention to this story. I want to shout out Think Twice because I got wind of it through Instagram through organization called Think Twice, and then it kind of went viral. But hopefully we could find justice for this young man. His family, like I said, have a lot of unanswered questions. Far as information that I got, there will be a viewing held at DeMarco Funeral Home at 3725 Kill Street. This will be held the 28th, the 29th. It was held yesterday and today. Funeral will be held itself on Saturday at the 30th. For more information, you could probably link on Instagram Think Twice. They probably have more information than I do. Also, check out GView TV on Instagram for more information. There's a more broader coverage of his story. I want everybody to go into this young man's story, find out, just spread it, make it go more viral, make everybody hear of this until news really take up their mantle and their responsibility to really put a lot of coverage on it as it needs to be. Rest in peace, Sean Spalding. My condolences to his family. Thank you. We're going to go back to our normal broadcasting. I want to go into another youth testimony at this time. Hope in the 6. Check it out.
It's 2019, so I don't get why there's still us out here doing this. And I don't get why there isn't affordable housing. And I don't get why there isn't a lot, to be honest, because I'm really, really trying. And my boyfriend now sees me every day, and he's like, he's actually left his mom's home to be with me because he feels really bad that I'm outside all the time. And his parents don't understand, so they don't want me around because they think because of who I am, because of my dog, because of my scars and stuff, they're like, I'm a threat to the family, which is whatever. I got a lot of them myself, and then a few other people put some on me. So I have really a lot of keloids and stuff all over me. So it's it scares a lot of people off. And at work, I forgot my sleeves the other day, and a lot of kids called on their parents, were like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh man." But my boss came up to me and he's like, "You know what? We don't judge that," which was the first time in my life that somebody actually came up and said that, realized that I was kind of feeling that, and they came up and said they don't judge it. Because somebody literally went up to the manager and asked why they have somebody like me working there. And I don't know, it didn't really hurt me, but I was like, whoa, you guys really kind of care? Because I bet you're going home to your home at night with your money and your kids, and you're buying them ice cream, and I'm sleeping outside. So I don't get why my scars bother your life. They don't bother mine. Everything else does, but not my scars. So I don't really care. I have a lot. They crisscross my whole body. Then I have ones all over all over the rest of my body too. I just keep them covered up, not mostly, to be honest, not for myself because I covered up for years, but I cover up from other people because people just they judge you. Not only do I have a service dog, I have scars and I live outside, so I'm always with bags and stuff. So people are always judging me for something. The only reason I ever got this job was because of YSM. Young Street Mission, you guys here at Evergreen. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even have a job. Because people judge you way too much when you're out here. I try not to hurt others, because you really want to sometimes. Just hurt somebody or just randomly hurt things. But you don't, so I just do it to myself, because it was easier to do that, and it was a way to let it out. Because I also do a lot of, I've done a lot of drugs. I've been addicted to drugs since I was 8. I got on hardcore drugs when I was about 11, because of a pedophile, and he got me on crack. And from there, it just spiraled out of control. I started selling ecstasy. I was doing E. I was, oh my God, there wasn't anything I wasn't doing. The only thing I really never tried was I only tried smoking heroin once, and it was, and I was pretty soon probably gonna head for the needles, to be honest. But then I met Jason, through sex work. So that's something I got into when I was young. And it was only because of a worker back in Newfoundland that told me that if you do it for survival, or you do it for a home, or you do it for food, then you aren't really, just out there doing it. You're doing it for a reason, and it's the same as any other job because you need something. And at the times, that was the only things I could do, and a lot of people took advantage of me. I look back now, like, I really thank my boyfriend now, because he tells me all the time, like, he's got me away from a lot of bad people, because he's like, they were just using you.
I want to say thank you. Shout out to Sarah for her wonderful testimony. It takes courage and boldness to tell your story, without filter. And that's what she did. She just told it like it is. People need to hear this. People need to hear their perspective. A lot of times youth don't have a voice. No one knows their story. They only see the external and take it from there. So that means they're left to the conclusion of their own thoughts, their own perspective, their views, and most time judgmental, So she's told it like it is. She's struggling. You see the marks. She just showed it. That's on her. She felt like she wanted to just express herself. And I appreciate that because, awareness is important. And once we have a knowledge, then we can see, But if if you looked at the background, you see the beautiful city of Toronto. Toronto is a wonderful city. And you see the beautiful landscape and the skyline and all these wonderful things. But within the crevice of the city, there is a lot of suffering. There's a lot of struggling. And we want to bring attention to that. We want to zoom in on that so we can now find the necessary resources, the necessary help. These youth are crying out, help me, Toronto. This is where they live. They live in the city of Toronto, but not in the nice areas. She talked about living on the street. I want to thank a big thank you for Young Street Mission, the organization that I work for, that were able to get her a job at Evergreen Center. They found her a job, but the reality of the story, as she said, she still sleeps on the street. So there's struggles, and if it wasn't for that job opportunity, she would just be, another fight just for survival, for my next meal, the next food. They do have drop-in services, but, it's limited. And what a youth said to me one time is that they said, this place closed and you go home, but we don't have nowhere to go. So that is a reality. This is something I just want everybody to be impacted by. I want, not seeking fame or nothing like that, but I want this awareness. I want people to share this video. Just share it. I want this to be trending. Like, social media, a lot of bad things always trending. Somebody gets slapped in the face. A young lady threw a chair off the balcony, and hit the highway, hit a car and stuff like that. And it trended. It went viral, and then, she was taken into custody and making a mockery of the danger that what almost happened. But what I want to talk about particularly is the fact that it went viral. Bad things always go viral. Positive things doesn't go viral. People don't, it doesn't gravitate. It doesn't sit well. But if we want to make a change in our city, we're going to have to now pay more attention. We're going to have to now bring these youth, street-involved youth, or people, adults also included, marginalized people, to the table. We cannot just have discussions about how we're going to help them without hearing their story and really understanding or identifying their cry, their pain, their struggle, how they think, what their perspective are. So we got to go to a commercial break, but stay tuned. Help me, Toronto. Hoping to 6.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Welcome to Shadow Auto.
Welcome back to Hope in the Six. I'm your host, Eddy Martinez, and on today's episode, we're talking about Help Me Toronto. It's a cry. It's a cry from not only the youth, but from us, everybody. It's a cry from all people's, different, well, the marginalized in particular, the marginalized people. So that could be from a young person, from the, being in foster care from an early age up to an adult that's sleeping on the street on downtown Toronto. Help Me Toronto is a cry of the people. Today we're particularly going to the voices of the youth and with their testimonies. They want to talk. They want to be heard. So we give them the platform to express themselves and just share their testimony. So at this time I'm going to go into another clip, a video. This clip is called Bars for Bars with Jason Fresh, and I just want him to come in. He's gonna talk with those on the street, and they kind of talk about something positive to those that are incarcerated, so they spit bars, lyrical bars for those behind bars. Over to you, Jason Fresh, Bars and Bars. Bars for Bars, Hope in the Six.
What's going on, everybody? This is Jason Fresh, part of the Hope team. This is Bars for Bars, and we got my man.
I want to speak, can't think of words to say, so I just hide behind my smile and live another day. You think cause you can't see it that it probably go away. I mean, it beats me till I'm on my knees. I might as well just pray like, God, why am I this way? Why is it still the same? I'm thinking I should end it all. It's driving me insane. My brain tells me that I shouldn't, but it also says I should. I simply can't differentiate the evil from the good, cause evil tells me if I do it that it's probably for the best. I wouldn't be a bother and I'd finally get some rest, but good tells me that I shouldn't, cause my family needs me most. I'm trying to decide if I should live or be a ghost. Sure, some people love me, but there's no one to confide in. My mother tells me God, but I could never seem to find him. I'm in an ocean of emotion with weights attached to my feet. I can't attack or retreat cause my mind is screaming defeat. It's been weeks since I can say I've been at rest and I'm weak. The struggle's real to just get dressed, so I speak to anyone who lend their ear, they critique. Instead of lift me up in prayer, I mean, is this how I'm supposed to feel? Losing hope, losing will, voices won't relent a chill. Doctors keep prescribing pills, it's killing me, slowly and not willingly. Let it consume me like leprosy. I never needed you to lecture me. Don't ask me how I am. Don't tell me how much you care. I just need you to hold my hand. I need you to be around. I needed you to be present. By you acting like I'm crazy drives me deeper in depression.
Welcome back to Hope in the Six. Shout out to Jason Fresh. Shout out to all the participants of Bars for Bars, because we appreciate it. And also, you're sharing your voice. So we got the marginalized youth sharing their voice, and we got poets, rappers, R&B singers, spoken word people, and they're just sharing their perspective of life, through art, and art in the form of music and spoken word and such forth. We appreciate that, because this shows the world that you have more to offer than just existing. You're contributing to society by expressing yourself, through music or whatever platform that we display on Bars for Bars. But it's very powerful. It's a platform for the youth, because now at least people could see them. Maybe somebody say they're talented and discover them, but also it's community. They're talking to those that are locked up. They're sharing their struggles in and out. So this is a very good platform, and we hope to see it grow. We hope to see more people participate, sending videos or DM me on Instagram at The Dying Thief, saying, hey, I want to participate in Bars for Bars. I got a voice. I have something to say. In today's music genres, different genres, but in particular hip hop, it's kind of like we're at a place where it's not as informative as it used to be. The integrity kind of looked like we lost our vision. I don't want to really condemn, people with their music and their passion, but the message is not really being heard and is not being articulated as well as it used to. But Bars for Bars is a platform now where we say, listen, you have something to say it. We'll give you that platform. So shout out to everybody who's participated already, and we're continually welcoming anybody to just reach out to me at The Dying Thief once again on Instagram, and say, hey, I got something to say, and we'll correspond with you right away. We try to do it as quickly as we can, but primarily on Instagram I deal with a lot of issues in regards to criminal, being somebody getting arrested and stuff like that. But I will prioritize, but I will get back to you as soon as I can. This is Hope in the Six. This is the voices of the people. So stay tuned and be blessed. At this time, I'm going to go into one more video from our youth, and we can just check it out. Hope in the Six.
My short-term goal is to finish my probation and have a clean record, have no priors or anything. And then my long-term goal is to keep it like that and find a career that I actually enjoy and stick with it. I really like construction, so maybe something along like building houses or roofing, something along those lines. If I go down the path that I was going down, I think it'll be really easy to. But I think if I just stay on the right path and I continue with this whole program, then I'll be able to stay out of trouble and succeed. A lot of good counselors that are helping with the program. I have my mom, my girlfriend, I have my kids who are they help me get through everything because I think about them. There's quite a bit of people. I think just some of the people I hang around with on a daily basis that are just not doing anything with themselves, and they're just used to I say the high school lifestyle because it's sitting around chilling and doing the same thing you would have done in high school. So I think those are my negative people who just want to stay like that.
Welcome back to Hope in the Six. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Today's episode is called Help Me Toronto. So we're just this is a cry for help, 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 So much going on, so much losses, Recently, a young rapper was murdered in the streets, rival gangs or rival beefs, predominantly neighborhood beefs. This is like an epidemic in Toronto, is mainly neighborhood beefs. Gangs do exist out here, of course, but there's a lot of neighborhoods. I'm from this area. I'm from Regent Park. I'm from, PO, different neighborhoods, and they're just rivaling with each other. On one of our recent episodes, we brought Dre Bars and Turk, on to talk about being grown men. You know what I'm saying? Overcoming, differences and settling their differences like grown men. We need people to step up. We need those that are on the street to now say, you know what? We're killing each other for no reason. The other day I walked past Regent Park and I see that they're tearing down the buildings, and a lot of people died for that neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they tear down these buildings and what you have. So you're fighting for stuff, blocks and neighborhoods, that are not yours. When the government ready, when they're ready, they just tear these buildings down and put up condos. And people lost their lives, innocent people. So yes, today's episode is a cry for help. Is an urgency, is a cry. I want us to really take in this episode, and think about it. Think about, what's being done. What are you doing? Are you able to do anything? Let's come together. Is a cry for help. Is a cry for unity. Is a cry for peace. Shouts out to like Zero Gun Violence movement. He said that there is zero gun violence in certain neighborhoods in Toronto. But we want that to be everywhere. We want peace. We want, people to get along, senseless killing, senseless fighting, warring for what, that's just adding to the problem, because that is not the only problem that we face. We face housing issues. We face employment issues. We face injustice in the correctional facility. It's not only America. People will, a lot of times you look to America. Recently, a jail in Brooklyn, there were no AC, no heat. you know, and the inmates were crying through the window, and they put it on social media and it went viral. So attention was brought to that. Yes, it goes on in the U.S., but it goes on over here also. As earlier news, I brought to you information in regards to Sean Spalding, you know, crying for help. You know, he need medical attention, and in correctional facilities, sometimes, you know, there is a insensitivity to people, you know, because they're behind bars. You know, in jail, sitting in the South, you know, on different East detention or whatever, it doesn't mean you're convicted. You know, I mean, you're waiting trial. So we need proper services. Sitting in Milton, even if you're convicted and you go over to that correctional facility in Maplehurst, you know, you still are human beings. So you need to be afforded certain rights. So when those rights are not being honored is a problem, you know. So we crying for help from the correctional facilities, from the streets, all over. You know, let's work together. I'm not trying to bash correctional facilities, but it's a real problem. You know, if everything was done right, why are we not having the proper social media cover? You know, I have a friend that was in Rikers Island. They beat him till he was fragile. His mother was a nurse, you know, and they had to. It was so bad they had to bring him all the way from Rikers Island, which is in Queens, to bring him to now Manhattan. And his mother friend seen him, you know, and said, "Oh my God!" And ran to the mother and said, "Your son is downstairs in the emergency area. Go see your son." And she said, "Not my son," because she knew he was incarcerated in Rikers Island. But unfortunately, it was her son. You know, she nearly died herself, had a heart attack when she seen that it was her son, you know, and that's injustice. So it's all over the world, you know. I mean, this is a crisis, you know, for marginalized people that don't have you know, a sophisticated background or upbringing or a certain amount of money in their pocket. You know, I bring to attention. I went to Toronto South yesterday, matter of fact, you know, and I have a certain time slots for my visits, you know. And I was sitting and waited to go visit one of my clients, and because I waited so long, time ran out on me. So they came to me and said, "Okay, you're not going to have time to see everybody." So I said, "Okay, let's cut it down. I don't have to see them for an hour or 30 minutes that I normally do. Cut it to 15 minutes and give me 2 visits." And the lady said yes. You know, she's doing her job. She was nice. But unfortunately, when I went behind the walls now, the lady, I seen one of my clients, and then they said, "Okay, time is running out." I thought they were saying that because my agreement, you know. So they took that client away. I only seen him like for 10 minutes. I thought another client was coming. Unfortunately, another client didn't come. So I went to the guard and said, "What's going on?" And you know, I was disrespected. Needless to say, that's my point. I was disrespected. You know, I said maybe if I was a lawyer or I don't wear a suit and tie all the time. Maybe if I was in a suit and tie, she'd have treated me with respect. So I definitely understand the insensitivities behind those walls. I'm talking about it because it's real. I'm not here to bash any organization or discredit anybody, but I want to say that we lack the sensitivity. You know, we lost our luster. We lost the compassion for the jobs we do. You know, a lot of us want to be officers because we want to, you know, help make a difference. We want to, you know, serve the community, protect and serve. But somewhere down the line, sometimes we lose that connection or that passion that we had in the beginning, and we become horrible at our jobs. This is in correction. This is in law enforcement. This is in schools. This is teachers. You know, they lose that passion. This is in social service sectors. You know, the workers. You know, they lose that compassion. You know, they deal with a lot of caseloads. You deal with a lot of people. You know, you deal with a lot of stress. So yes, you get hard sometimes, but you got to learn how to master your job and be well at it. You know, and when we have people that are not good at their job, this is what happens. An inmate will say, "You know, I'm sick, I'm having chest pains," and you think he's bluffing, or you don't know, and you say, "Oh, whatever," or you procrastinate, and guess what happened? He dies. This guy in the U.S., you know, he was choking, "I can't breathe," and oh, you're just saying that. He dies. This is a situation. So this is a cry for help. In Toronto is a epidemic. You know, so much is going wrong. You know, the good. We commend the good that is going on. We commend the officers that are doing good jobs. We commend those that are doing good jobs. But right now is that we need to take the time to focus in the struggles, the pain, and the cries of the young ones. Not only the young ones. I always say young ones because I work with young people. But all the people of Toronto that are marginalized or feel like they're being oppressed, they're underhoused, they're underserved, they're underemployed. There's just so much going on. And today we're just talking about a cry. Will you help? Can you help? You know, link up. Let us connect. Like I said, I'm on Instagram. I primarily use that because social media is a platform that everybody's on now. You know, so hit me up on Instagram. You know, the link is up there at The Dying Thief. Let's talk. And people could vouch for me and say I do respond promptly. I help as much as I can. I'm one person, so I want us to come together collectively. I want to highlight everybody that's doing the same thing that I'm doing. Shout out to John Howard Society. Just had a conversation with them, and we're working to deal with those behind bars that are facing that situation where they can't come out if they don't have a house, they can't get out on parole, stuff like that. Stuff that goes under the cracks, for the marginalized. So I have one more video, and I want to get into that before we close. Okay, so we're having some little technical difficulties, so disregard the video. But I just want to say that, reach out to me. Let us come together. We only could do this together. We cannot do it individually. A songwriter said, no man is an island, no man stand alone. So guess what happened? We have to work together. We have to, fight for what's right, and we can do it together. Unity, harmony, faith, believing that, listen, if we come together, one mind, one aim, one destination, one determination, we can get it done. So thank you for watching. Be blessed. God bless you all. Like I said, my condolences go out to Sean Spalding and his family. Rest in peace, Tiana Keller. Monroe, I love you. I miss you. Shouts out to your family, your little boy Jeremiah and Josiah, 2 young boys. Shout out to all those that are mourning together. Together we mourn. Everybody at the Evergreen, youth, staff, people on the street, Young Street. One love. Shouts out to everybody. May God bless you. Continue to watch. Continue to support positivity. Let positivity go viral. Hope in the 6. God bless.
I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I'm gonna be okay. I will fear no evil, that will my rod and my staff. I'm gonna be okay. Thou preparest a table before me in front of my enemies. I'm gonna be okay. Thou anointed my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. All on my shoulder, I'm a soldier, thought I told you, running with Jehovah. So nobody can test. Every day of my life I'm blessed.